Hi, and welcome back. It's Barry from Cabrera. One of the most commonly asked questions about considering a relocation to this part of the Caribbean is, what do I do if I don't speak Spanish? Is it hard to learn? Am I going to be able to function? Am I going to be able to mix with society? And we have found over the years that our offices have found nobody better than can answer questions than the owner of Professional English Schools of Nagua and Cabrera, Johnny B. And Johnny's here to do a little informal interview to answer some of the most common, frequently asked questions that we get. Johnny, I'm going to ask you, as far as people relocating from Canada, even French with a background which is similar to Spanish, I know from Johnny, particularly American, English has always been their language. Many of them are afraid of second languages. I know you deal with this all the time. I can't think of a better person to ask, so share us with some of your thoughts, Johnny.
Well, very good point, Barry. And I think one of the most important things that people should realize is it's not difficult. I first came here in 1999 and my Spanish was terrible. But after spending over 3-4 months of actually living here, I had the opportunity because there was no other opportunity. I had to learn with the locals, and I also studied Spanish. I had friends who were Spanish from the town of Cabrera, and I would practice with them. Then I began reading books, and then I began watching TV and listening to music, and in this way you learn a lot faster because you are consistently listening to it. You are using less English and more Spanish. So this was the most effective way. Plus, what with us having the schools and having the option of learning English or Spanish, you will learn faster.
Johnny, one of the other most commonly asked concerns, questions or concerns is, as an outsider, what's it like to start a business, knowing the competition of what it's like in Europe, in Canada and America right now? The economies are stumbling. Seems to be a lot of people are looking for answers outside of their nation.
Right.
And what can you share with us as your personal views? Because you really didn't know anybody when you came here. And you've started 2 successful schools that are flourishing. So perhaps you can share with our listeners.
Sure. Excellent point, Barry. Very important. And it's very important for you if you are thinking of coming here. Like Barry said, when I first came here, I really just knew my girlfriend. But within a couple of years, I really got to know the community of Cabrera. And with my partner, Lewis, we saw an opening in the market for English here in Nagua. I've been here 2 years. It's a sacrifice and a gamble when you start a business because you really don't know. But in hindsight, I also knew that there was a big opportunity here because tourism is big, big business. And the fact that we are in a city where we have 2 universities, colleges, and various schools, the opportunity was there, and now we can see the results. The gamble did pay off, and I'm very happy to be here. So I wouldn't worry if you are thinking of coming here and starting a business. You've just got to know what market to hit. And for us, it's been pretty easy.
What's it like compared to England or the other countries that you've lived in? And take it, see from your perspective,
right,
from your unbiased perspective.
Too, I was born in England and I moved to the States in the late 90s and have spent years traveling between there and here. For me, this is the right place. So it's definitely safer. It's friendlier. It's more secure. There's more freedom here. And it's beautiful. And it's more laid back. There's less stress. And the grind of living in the city, I couldn't stand it. And I just wanted to see something else, a different form of living. And that is why I like it. I get up in the morning. I don't think, oh, I have to go to work. It's a pleasure for me to go to work. I'm working 40, 50 hours less than what I was working in the States. But I'm happier here, and I'm healthier here. I am safer here, so why would I want to be anywhere else? It's taken a while to adjust to it, but I've realized from leaving this country for 3 or 4 days, I want to come right back. I don't want to be anywhere else, and I can assure you, you will feel the same, as a lot of expats have chosen this place and they want to be here forever.
Johnny, one of the other things we run into a lot, and everybody's concerned, you have to be nowadays, is cost of living. Okay? I know what it costs to run my businesses. I know what my rent is, my overhead. You as a business owner, I couldn't think of anybody better. He owns the actual business. Talk about a little bit about the diet, a little bit about your overhead, cost of living, the lack of, shall we say, big brother with the insurance organizations forcing everything at you. And please explain to our audience about that.
I grew up in London. I grew up in an area called Chelsea, one of the most affluent places in London, if not the world. Beautiful, I love it to go back, I love to visit, but don't want to live there. The cost is an extortion. I also lived in Nantucket, an island off of Massachusetts. I worked there for years. Again, the cost of rent, the cost of groceries, very expensive. Here, I live like a king. For example, I eat out every day and I spend less than $10 on 3 meals a day. 100% natural. My rent is $85 a month. I have a little 1-bedroom apartment in town. I'm a minute from the ocean. I'm a minute from my business. What else can I say? If you wanted to have a nice 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom furnished house, you're not looking at more than probably $300 a month. Food is cheap. If you're cooking at home, you're not going to spend probably more than $200, $250 a month on food for a family of 2 or 3. Again, 100% natural. The cost of living is next to nothing. I'm not earning as much as I would be in America, but I'm living more comfortably because the expenses are less. So what I earn here is a lot, but not compared to America. But here I live very comfortably.
Johnny, natural food too, but everybody that seems to relocate here seems to lose weight.
Absolutely.
Many of our friends in a year have lost more than 40 pounds because we don't have fast food restaurants.
Nope.
Everything comes from the farm, everything's fresh, 3 dozen eggs for $2 and change. It's just a beautiful full course lunch for $2. Meat, vegetables, salad. It just doesn't get any better, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't, absolutely.
You know, Johnny, another thing that's a concern to most people is insurance, health insurance. Can you describe what your personal experience has been over the time since you've now, I know you've been in business slightly over 2 years. However, you've been living here for 12 years, am I correct? So describe a little bit what your family health care plan was about and how you would compare it to some of your friends, what they're paying in Europe and some of your friends in America.
I'm really lucky. I am really lucky to be living here and with the cost of insurance. Let me put it into perspective. When I was married, I had a family plan for my wife and my daughter. And if I'm not incorrect, with the exchange rate, I was paying probably $70 a month. And I was getting pretty much 100% coverage. When I had a problem, we went to the clinic that specialized in that health plan. I was seen within 10 minutes. I hardly paid anything for my medication, nothing for my consultation. So it's really cheap here. I mean, there is a company here called Humano, and they have certain plans. I think I'm pretty sure their premium plan is not more than $1,000 a year.
A year?
A year. A year, yes. One of their top premium plans is $1,000 a year, and that, I believe, covers 85 to 90%. It's unbelievable. I have friends in the States who have families who are spending $2,000, $1,200, $1,500 for Blue Cross, I believe it is. And here you can get the best plans for $1,000 or a little bit more. So I don't understand why it's extortionate like that, but that's just the way society works in the States and in Europe, but not here.
$1,000 a month though.
Yeah, in America.
And you're talking $1,000 US
per year. Per year, yeah.
For a family.
For a family, yeah.
Unbelievable. What would you say the quality of care? Like, we're in the country here and we have our little hospitals and little clinics, but as far as the quality of care, just for my own customers that have chosen, I have seen, people don't know, Dominican Republic is actually one of the biggest fly-in surgical destinations in the world. We have East Indian doctors that are second to none. I know of a personal friend who had an open heart procedure, private room, 3 private nurses, 8 hours a day each, so 24 hours a day there was somebody in that room. The best food, the best care money can buy, and the open heart, it was a bypass, a triple bypass, was $17,000. Now I'm understanding now in the States, those are $150,000.
At least, yeah.
What can you tell our listeners about actually the quality of care?
Okay. Well, speaking from experience, when I was under the private care plan with my family, the care was excellent. I was seen by one of the top doctors here in Nagua. Very fast, very efficient service, and the private healthcare systems here, they do have good quality of hospitals. Like you said, East Indian, also Cuban. There are a lot of Cuban doctors here in the Dominican Republic. This is very important for people to realize. And Cuban medicine is renowned worldwide. So it is efficient, first-class service here for next to nothing. This is important, people. The healthcare here is next to nothing compared to the States.
Johnny, in closing, I want to, if any of our listeners want to get in touch with you to ask you personal questions about the professional English schools of Nagua and Cabrera, or yourself, how can they get a hold of you? By phone in the meantime?
Yeah, by phone
by email.
or by
Gmail.
Sure. Anyone who's interested in requiring my service for anything, okay, I'm not just here as a school, I'm here to help expats. That is something I love. I think it's important when people relocate that they find people who are expats and who want to help them. So if anyone wants to contact me, my number is 1-809-584-4412. That is the number of my business, the Professional English School.
And your email, John?
My email is johnstephen, PESC@gmail.com.
And PESC stands for
Professional English School, yes.
Perfect. Johnny, as always, it's a pleasure. Thank you for your friendship.
No problem.
Thank you for helping many people discover their destination.
No problem. Thank you.
Go to drescapes.com and sign up for one of our free discovery tours of the north coast of the Dominican Republic. While you're on the website, be sure and download our free guide explaining exactly how you can gain residency and a second passport in the Dominican Republic.